Good evening. You're watching the Urban Debate with me, Ritangshu Bhattacharya. Now, amid the ongoing Ye Tera Ghar, Ye Mera Ghar drama in the national capital, a fresh flashpoint has erupted within the ruling Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP government over the financial health of the national capital. The BJP has hit out at the Aam Aadmi Party, blaming the former Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal for pushing the city into being deficit in terms of fiscal budget for the first time in 31 years. It has accused the Arvind Kejriwal-led Aam Aadmi Party government of financial mismanagement and has alleged that years of past struggles and irresponsible spending has drained the capital's coffers. Listen in.
31 साल में पहली बार दिल्ली के बजट में डेफिसिट है 7,000 करोड़ रुपए का। माननीय आतिशी जी, जो इस राजधानी की मुख्यमंत्री ही नहीं बल्कि इसकी वित्त मंत्री भी हैं, उन्होंने 7,000 करोड़ रुपए का प्रावधान ही नहीं करा दिल्ली के बजट में। इसका अर्थ ये है कि दिल्ली सरकार के पास अब ना तो अस्पतालों की मरम्मत करने के लिए पैसा है, ना ही नए कोर्ट कॉम्प्लेक्स बनाने का पैसा है।
Now, Delhi's current Chief Minister Atishi, on the other hand, has challenged the BJP, saying that no BJP real estate is in profit. In fact, ahead of the Delhi Assembly polls, the defined Aam Aadmi Party has gone ahead and raised the annual MLA local area development funds from 10 crores to 15 crores. Boasting about the decision, Chief Minister Atishi has pointed out that no state in India has an MLA fund of this size and has stressed how important this fund is for democracy.
आज दिल्ली सरकार की कैबिनेट ने एक बहुत बड़ा फैसला लिया है और दिल्ली में विधायक फंड को 10 करोड़ प्रति वर्ष से बढ़ाकर 15 करोड़ प्रति वर्ष कर दिया है। पूरे देश में किसी भी राज्य में इतना विधायक फंड किसी भी सरकार ने आज तक नहीं दिया है। अगर हम आंकड़े देखने जाएं तो गुजरात 1.5 करोड़ प्रति साल विधायक फंड देता है हर एमएलए कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी के लिए। आंध्र प्रदेश, कर्नाटका 2 करोड़ हर साल देते हैं। लगातार दिल्ली सरकार दिल्ली के लोगों के लिए काम करती रही।
So, ladies and gentlemen, even states like Gujarat and Karnataka, which are much bigger states than Delhi, don't spend that much money with this fund. Now, while Gujarat gives 1.5 crores per MLA, larger states like Maharashtra, Rajasthan and Kerala only give about 5 to 6 crores allocation per MLA. With this 50% hike from 10 crores to 15 crores, is the Aam Aadmi Party trying to secure its vote bank, or is it actually trying to spend more money in order for the welfare of the people who have voted these MLAs to power? But then the question also is, why is the national capital facing this deficit? Does it have to do with the SOP culture, which has long been a trademark and a halo of the Aam Aadmi Party? Have spending on advertisements, another trademark of the Aam Aadmi Party in the Lok Sabha polls and gearing up in the assembly polls, have backfired once again? We are going to discuss all of that on this urban debate tonight. I am being joined by Reena, Gupta, Secretary of the Delhi State Aam Aadmi Party and National Spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party, Dr. Anil Gupta, Spokesperson of the BJP, Onika Mehrotra, Spokesperson of the Congress Party as well, which remains a key stakeholder in the national capital, and also Vijay Sardana, Senior Economist. Thank you all for joining me at this point. Reena Gupta ji, I'll start with you first. At the end of the day, if for the first time in over 3 decades, Delhi is officially broke, or at least Delhi is deficit fiscally, who is to be blamed, Reena Gupta ji, for Delhi suddenly having less money than it needs at this point?
This is a total lie that Delhi is going through a fiscal deficit issue. Basically, Bharatiya Janata Party is looking for issues. दिल्ली में उनको कोई इशू मिल नहीं रहा है, तो ये उन्होंने एक और नया झूठ का अपना एक ड्रामाबाजी शुरू करी है। दिल्ली की सरकार पढ़े लिखे लोग चलाते हैं, आईआईटी के ग्रेजुएट अरविंद केजरीवाल जी चलाते हैं, और मुझे इस बात का बहुत गर्व है कि दिल्ली सरकार का जो बजट, जब 10 साल पहले दिल्ली में आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बनी थी तो लगभग 35,000 करोड़ का बजट होता था सालाना। आज की तारीख में ये बजट लगभग 75,000 करोड़ है। ये सब इसलिए हुआ क्योंकि दिल्ली में एक करप्शन फ्री गवर्नमेंट चल रही है, हमारी सेविंग्स हुई, पूरे देश में दिल्ली सरकार ऐसी सरकार है जो रेवेन्यू सरप्लस बजट चलाती है। वहीं आप दूसरी ओर देखिए, और मैं आपको कुछ आंकड़े दूंगी। पहले मैं आपको केंद्र
No,
सरकार
Reena
का
Gupta
आंकड़ा
ji, sorry,
दूंगी।
I just have to, maybe I'm getting my facts wrong, which is why maybe I'll ask you to correct me if at this point.
Can I
The
first complete
आंकड़े
and
जो
then you
हमारे
can ask me
पास है
questions?
shows that the earnings which Delhi has got has dropped from 64,142 crores in the previous financial year to 62,415 crores for financial year 25, and the expenditure has gained from 60,911 crores to 63,911 crores. So right now in this financial year, the income is 62,415 crores. The expenditure is 63,901 crores, which means it is revenue deficits. Have I gotten my facts wrong, or are we playing around with words?
You've gotten your facts wrong. What you have are the revised estimates. You will always see this difference in revised estimates, but I'm giving you a historical picture. Before you interrupted me, I was giving you figures for the central government. जब मोदी जी देश के प्रधानमंत्री बने थे, देश पे 55 लाख करोड़ का कर्जा था। आज की तारीख में देश पर 170 लाख करोड़ का कर्जा है। तो कर्जा देश पे लगभग 3 गुना हो गया है। लेट अस नाउ मूव टू बीजेपी रूल्ड स्टेट्स। बीजेपी के स्टेट्स में देखिए, हरियाणा जहां पे अभी चुनाव खत्म हुआ है, लगभग पॉपुलेशन दिल्ली के बराबर है। हरियाणा पे 3.5 लाख करोड़ का खर्चा है, कर्जा है। गुजरात पे 5 लाख करोड़ का कर्जा है। यूपी पे 8 लाख करोड़ का कर्जा है। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी पहले अपना घर सही करे, उसके बाद दिल्ली पे सवाल उठाए। दिल्ली में एक से एक बेहतरीन आपको स्कूल मिलेंगे, फ्री बिजली, फ्री पानी, फ्री बस सर्विस, फ्री तीर्थ यात्रा, फ्री हॉस्पिटल्स में दवाई, फरिश्ते स्कीम, ये सब देने के बाद भी दिल्ली में रेवेन्यू सरप्लस है। मैं बहुत जिम्मेदारी के साथ ये सारी बातें कह रही हूं, और ये सीएजी ने खुद अपनी रिपोर्ट में माना है कि दिल्ली इज वन ऑफ द बेस्ट फिस्कली मैनेज्ड स्टेट्स इन द कंट्री। आप देखिए यूपी में, जहां पे पूरे प्रदेश में एक ढंग का स्कूल नहीं मिलेगा आपको, सबसे महंगी बिजली मिलेगी। गुजरात में जहां ना अस्पताल ढंग के हैं, ना जहां स्कूल ढंग के हैं, सबसे महंगी बिजली है। महाराष्ट्र में सबसे महंगी बिजली है। और ये सारे के सारे स्टेट भारतीय जनता पार्टी द्वारा शासित हैं, बरसों से भारतीय जनता पार्टी द्वारा शासित हैं, और वो देखिए कैसे कर्जे में डूबते जा रहे हैं। गुजरात का एग्जाम्पल तो पूरे दुनिया में कोट किया जाता है कि जब गुजरात पे इतना कर्जा था।
You have made a very long opening statement, Reena Gupta ji.
अपने लिए
Let me get in Dr. Anil Gupta, spokesperson of the BJP, to respond to that. एक second. Dr. Anil Gupta, the charge coming from the Aam Aadmi spokesperson on a panel is that A, these figures are misleading. Delhi is not revenue deficit. B, the other states run by the BJP, even the country, in fact, which is run by the central government, is even further revenue deficit at this point, and the BJP has no moral stand to accuse the Aam Aadmi Party of not running the state or not running the national capital prudently according to fiscal logic.
The Kejriwal government, which is now deep into the corruption, is now even fudging the accounts. And not only the fudging in the accounts, but they're now fudging their statements also. Whenever you talk of Delhi, they take you to the Gujarat or some other state. They don't tell you the true picture of the Delhi. Let me give you some figure. The last year, the current year budget of Delhi government is 76,000 crores. That is not 75,000, which the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson, the IITian should correct their figures, and that is 76,000 crore. And now the estimate is 83,000 crore. There is a deficit of 7,000 crores. Now I'm telling you the figures also. You know, there is an additional requirement of 3,000 crore for various revenue expenditure, and there is an additional requirement of 4,000 crores for capital expenditure, like the infrastructure project, construction of the new court, bus depot, new hospital, improvement in jails, and all these things. And for this this revenue expenditure, you know, the power subsidy, the electric buses, the desilting of drains, even the repairs of roads, the covering of Delhi metro expenses, you know, they did not took these things into account when they presented the budget. And now they are saying that they have enhanced the MLA budget from 10 to 15 crore. Delhi has a strength of 70 MLAs. So that means roughly 1,050 crores more will be needed. Now tell me from where that 1,050 crores will come? This is the latest which Atishiji has announced just. And can you say in 2 and 3 months the tender will be floated, the work will be done? So this is all fudging. They are just fudging with the statement, they are fudging with the accounts. They don't have any answer. Whenever you put question for Delhi, they will take you to the sometime to the US also and something. And this is the statement
No,
when
but
they
she did
claim
give.
themselves to be
She
IITians.
also did
So they are
gives
doing all this,
the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson also did give facts and figures for Delhi also, but the comparison needs to be made with other states as to if why should just Delhi be singled out?
so
Onika Mehrotra, let me also bring in you at this point. Onika ji, of course, represents the Congress party. Onika ji, in the last 31 years, apart from the BJP, for which was in power for I think 2 or 3 years, it has predominantly been the Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress party in power in Delhi. Yeah. Yet, if we are to go by these figures, which our reporters and media reports have confirmed that it is projected to slip into a revenue deficit for the first time, would the Congress blame the Aam Aadmi Party, which is India bloc ally, or would it focus on the bigger picture, which is at this point that some of even Congress states such as Himachal Pradesh are also in revenue deficit at this point?
Mr. Bhattacharya, definitely there's two parameters to it. You can't just start with Delhi. You have to see the country in totality also. So BJP definitely, for the last 10 years when they've come to power, you've seen the kind of loan the country is reeling under. It's gone up. Look at the price of the dollar, the currency, Indian rupees falling down. So on and so forth. And they've been calling trillion economy, stuff like that. They have not reached that figure. Definitely the Bharatiya Janata Party, the central government, has to be blamed for it. Most of the states are under the pressure that they're not able to give their welfare schemes. I would not call it freebies or, the other names that the Prime Minister has been saying, even the Kejriwal government had been saying, ki main muft de raha hu, whatever. But, even to fulfill the basic welfare scheme, the states are facing the crunches, So, in all states, our welfare states, they need to work towards the economically weaker section, the other food security, stuff like that. So, basic food, shelter has to be sorted out. But having said that, Delhi, definitely being the capital, has multiplicity of departments also. So, the central government is there, there's various factors in it. But I don't know. I really don't know how they say that they were always, had surplus. Because I think they've never done the development work. When it comes to monsoon, you see what happens. They always claim that they've done it, but the result is a big zero. Their Mahalla clinics are not working. I fail to understand why the increase of funds for the MLAs. What for? To get some tenders before the elections and do what? So there is an iota of doubt here, definitely. The Kejriwal government in Delhi is not performing because they're perpetually fighting with the lieutenant governor and the center and the Delhi government. The result is that both are not able to perform. So when Sheila Dikshit government was here in Delhi for 15 years, there was coordination, work used to move ahead. And even if we were less of funds, it was always put across the center. Center, gave it according to need. It never did that it is my state, BJP run, Congress run, I will not give here, I'll give here. Look at the disparity of funds that the central government is giving to its own states. The two, Chandrababu Naidu and...
But when Sheilaji was in power, it was, as Mr. Modi ji calls it, a double-engine sarkar. It was the Congress party in power at the center and the Congress party in power in Delhi. So is it really fair to compare Arvind Kejriwalji's performance with Sheila Dikshit because he has had to deal with what the Aam Aadmi Party would call a hostile incumbent and Raj Bhavan all through?
No, Mr.
Now, the point is, Onika ji, you mentioned two important points. One is, of course, along with the BJP, you've also raised this need for the sudden timing behind the increase of a 50% increase in the allocation for the MLA development scheme. But there's another point also which you mentioned, and I'm not sure whether the logic follows here. You're saying that it's the duty of every state government to be a welfare state, which is why to hand out these SOPs. But then you are then blaming the central government for not giving you enough money to carry out these SOPs. So isn't there a sense of duplicity which comes in at this point that you expect the central government to pay for promises and welfare doles and SOPs that you promised to the people and you expect the central government to pay for it?
The basic has to be given, isn't it, sir? Food, water, the basic that every state and as such in our constituency says it's a welfare state. We need to work to the welfare of the people of that state so that they'll uplift from the economically weaker sectors. that they are uplifted accordingly. And that is why these benefits, you can call it a little bit of, push so that they can raise above the bar, as we see in other countries also. So, yeah, if you're going beyond that, it's your take. You need to fulfill it through your revenue. That's not denying it. But the basic stuff has to be given by central government. Why do you charge us the other things from the state? All the revenue generated is also divided, isn't it? The GST, for example, they don't even give that. They are the share of the states back to the states. There are many examples. So the central government has to, be fair with all the states, with
Okay.
everybody, be it union territory or be it states. But they're not
Okay.
being that. They are partial about it. And that is what troubles
Okay.
every
Let me
state.
now bring in.
I'm not saying.
Let me now bring in the economist, or let me then. Okay, let me bring in the economist on the panel. Vijay Sardana, senior economist, is with us.
Can
Mr.
I get 10
Sardana,
seconds to
the
respond?
larger issue we are looking at is a point. Yes, 1 second, ma'am. I will give you more than 10 seconds to respond, but Mr. Sardana has been waiting very patiently. I don't want him to be left out of this discussion. Vijay Sardana ji, the point is that we have reached that politics today has reached this level of competitive welfare politics to a point where there is the effort is to try and outdo each other in rolling out SOPs. And what we then realize a few months down the line when these governments are in power, whether it be BJP, Congress, Aam Aadmi Party, I'm not getting into that, is then that these state governments are then finding themselves revenue deficit, and then they blame the central government or for lack of financial allocations, and they blame political lines for not having this meaningful or a civil relationship with the central government. Who would you put the blame in? Are state governments guilty of overpromising without knowing how to deliver when it requires, or are states being run by opposition parties being systematically financially choked off by the central government in the form of lowering GST revenue and lowering the amount of budgetary allocations to each state?
Interesting point. First of all, good evening to fellow panelists and the viewers. See, we all are talking about right now the fiscal discipline in the country. None of the political party pays from their pocket when they promise all the freebies. Please appreciate that. We are talking today, the focus is on Delhi. Why Delhi, which is supposed to be the per capita income is highest in the country, capital of the nation, why revenue collection is going down in Delhi? Is this pilferage? Is this corruption? Is this non-development? Is this people are not investing, or there is a fault in the policy itself? So whole issue, I'm talking exactly from the budget presented by Atishi. She is Chief Minister of Delhi today. I'm not making kite flying here. In 2022-23, the revenue was 63,961. Revised estimate calculation budgeted was 63,300, which was also lower than the previous year, but actually was further less. It is 62,000 crore. Point here is why Delhi government is not able to generate revenue. That is one aspect. On the other side, freebies are going up. Now, implication is what? Even if you look into from the budget itself, the seriousness, irrigation and flood control, Delhi was suffering from flooding. Budget allocation was down by almost 20%. It means they don't even have a basic fundamental thing, sanitation in place. Energy, they say we are giving freebies to everyone, free electricity to everyone. Delhi population is increasing, per capita increasing. It means subsidy on electricity should go up if everything is free. The fact is, electricity budget is down by 2%. It means freebies is just on paper. People are charged because they don't have money. Transport, they say we give free transport to citizens of Delhi, especially women. The transport budget is reduced by 33%. It means you are giving free buses, but there are no buses because there is no fund available. And then you are talking about good hospitals, world-class hospitals. The budget is down by 3% in a growing population of Delhi. And that is why Delhi High Court made a very serious picture that most of the emergency and casualty wards in Delhi hospitals are defunct and machines are outdated or out of functioning. So what we are talking today is that one side is sloganeering. On the other side, the reality is in numbers, which are very clearly exposing the Delhi government's own status by the finance minister of Delhi in the budget presented. What this indicates? It means there is no focus on governance. The focus is on populism, means just focus,
Okay,
bribe
Mr.
the
Sardana,
voters and earn the vote.
you've put across the numbers. Mr. Sardana, you've put the numbers. I think the numbers speak by themselves. We don't need to necessarily go into editorializing it. But let Reena Gupta respond. Reena Gupta ji, first I'd like you to respond to those clear numbers and data points which have been put forward by Mr. Sardana before you then counter the BJP and the Congress spokespersons who have questioned you on the timing for increasing the budgetary allowance on the MLA development scheme from 10 crores to 15 crores. Go ahead.
See, in the last 10 years, the Delhi government budget has gone up from 35,000 crores to around 76,000 crores. तो ये ऑब्वियसली रेवेन्यू करेक्शन बढ़ा है, उसी से ये बजट बढ़ा है, वही पैसा खर्च करा जा रहा है. देश में आज की तारीख में दो मॉडल हैं. एक मॉडल है मोदी जी का कि आप अपने दोस्तों का 16 लाख करोड़ माफ कर दो और 25 दोस्तों के आपको फायदा होगा. दूसरा मॉडल है आम आदमी पार्टी का, अरविंद केजरीवाल का, कि दिल्ली के एक एक नागरिक को बिजली के लिए, बिजली का बिल पे करने के लिए मोहताज ना होना पड़े, दिल्ली की जो महिलाएं हैं वो बस में फ्री जा सकें, दिल्ली के बच्चे अच्छे स्कूल्स में पढ़ सकें. तो दो तरह के मॉडल हैं. ये देश की जनता को, दिल्ली की जनता को देखना है कि उनको कौन सा मॉडल चूज करना है. जहां तक केंद्र सरकार की बात है, और आप लास्ट फाइनेंस कमीशन की रिपोर्ट पढ़िए, उसमें लिखा है कि शेयरेबल पूल ऑफ टैक्सेस, जब से मोदी सरकार आई है तब से स्टेट्स का शेयरेबल पूल ऑफ टैक्सेस लोएस्ट है. केंद्र सरकार क्या कर रही है, सारे स्टेट्स का पैसा अपने आप पकड़ के रख रही है अपने पास. आज की तारीख में भी जितने भी ऑपोजिशन स्टेट्स हैं, चाहे वो पंजाब हो, चाहे वो दिल्ली हो, हिमाचल प्रदेश हो, हमारा जो अपना पैसा है, ये केंद्र सरकार की खैरात नहीं है, ये हमारा पैसा है. दिल्ली के लोग 2 लाख करोड़ इनकम टैक्स में देते हैं, तो हमें अपना पैसा अपना केंद्र सरकार से वापस नहीं मिल रहा है. एकदम विंडिक्टिव, जिसको कहते हैं इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी फॉलो की जा रही है.
बट
जहां तक दिल्ली का सवाल
रीना
है,
गुप्ता जी,
हम
क्या आप
अपना
ये नहीं
बजट
मानते कि
बढ़िया
अभी
से
ऐसी
मैनेज कर
सिचुएशन
रहे हैं.
आ चुकी है कि चुनाव जीतने के लिए लोग, सरकारें जो है, स्पेशली दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट इज ओपनिंग इट्स पर्स स्ट्रिंग्स लाइक एवरीथिंग. आप यू टेल मी समथिंग. Your government in the current term has been in power for more than 4.5 years. If elections are supposed to be held in February, that means just 4 months are left for your term to get over. Now आपको क्या ऐसा विकास करवाना है MLS के कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में? Now you've increased it from 10 crores to 15 crores. ये पहले क्यों नहीं हो सकता था? अगर आपको विकास के लिए और बजट बढ़ानी थी आपकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज के अंदर, आपके MLS के अंदर, why did that happen 4 years and 8 months into your tenure?
आपका बहुत अच्छा सवाल है. देखिए, इस साल क्या हुआ है, दिल्ली में 80 साल का बारिश का रिकॉर्ड टूटा है. ऐसे केस में क्या होता है, आपके एरिया में बहुत सी ऐसे छोटे छोटे काम होते हैं जो आपको कराने होते हैं. ये कोई बड़ा प्रोजेक्ट नहीं है, ये छोटे छोटे काम है, सड़कों के काम, नालियों के काम, जो कि उस एरिया के इलेक्टेड रिप्रेजेंटेटिव को पता होता है. आप किसी भी पब्लिक पॉलिसी के स्कूल में चले जाइए, किसी भी पब्लिक पॉलिसी स्पेशलिस्ट की आप बातें सुनिए, वो आपको बताएंगे जितने ज्यादा आपके फंड्स जो होंगे डिवॉल्व होंगे, जो लोएस्ट लेवल तक जाके, जिसको पता है कि उस वहां क्या चीज की जरूरत है, वो बेस्ट यूज ऑफ रिसोर्स होता है. ये नहीं कि केंद्र में सरकार ने डिसाइड कर दिया कि यहाँ पे इस स्टेट में ये जरूरत है, उस स्टेट में वो जरूरत है. आपको फंड्स को डिसेंट्रलाइज करना चाहिए, वही बेस्ट आपका डेवलपमेंट मॉडल होता है. और दिल्ली सरकार वही फॉलो करने की कोशिश कर रही है.
I have 2 minutes. I'll let, in the
devolution
interest of fairness, ma'am, you have answered the questions. I don't know. You have answered, or you have at least responded to the questions I asked you. I'll let Dr. Anil Gupta have the final statement because I'll let him give him a chance to respond. Dr. Anil Gupta, the fact is that all state opposition rule chief minister states, Tamil Nadu ho, West Bengal ho, Delhi ho, Karnataka, they have all said that the BJP government at the center is choking off our funding, financial allotment here. Now, I find it difficult to believe that suddenly so many parties have failed or forgotten how to run governments here. Is it not a fact that the central government makes it a lot more difficult through its governors, through its lieutenant governors in states where the opposition is power? I've never known a picture situation where every opposition ruled state today has some or the other ongoing rivalry with the governors. Governors were anonymous. They were supposed to be anonymous. They were supposed to be just representatives at this point. But yet, in almost every opposition ruled state, we're having a face-off with the governor.
See, let me give you some other picture. You know, Delhi is a union territory. Lot of central government institutions are there where directly central government do the funding. The central government spend roughly more than 1 lakh crores per annum in Delhi, be it the NDMC, the Delhi Cantonment, the DDA, the Delhi Police, the central government hospital, even the 86 lakhs free rationing, families free rationing is given by the so many projects, even the Delhi Meerut Expressway, Dehradun Expressway, Dwarka Expressway, Mumbai Expressway, so many projects are funded directly because Delhi is union territory. So spending more than 1 lakh crore, which Delhi government is not taking and not talking. So Delhi case is different, and they are talking of electricity. You know, Delhi electricity rate for industrial and consumer is highest in the country. It is 20 rupees to 25 rupees per unit. They are not talking. They are now fuzzing in the statement also. And I am asking, if their budget is 76,000 crore for the current year, why this has comes to 83,000 crores? Let them give. Why they have not planned it in the advance when they presented the budget?
There's
Now,
a lot of number
they don't have
crunching
the
which we will be doing in the days to come, because Delhi's budget has come out here. Depending on how you read the numbers here, you can come up with a lot of convenient and alternate realities. The point is, at this point, that we, as Mr. Sardana pointed out, people need to realize that there is no such thing as a free lunch. And today, if you're promised a SOP or a freebie, it is coming out of some other part. That doesn't mean that SOPs and freebies are bad, just that somebody or the other will end up paying for whatever you get for free. Will it come back to you to haunt you? That remains to be seen. But politics is all about perception. And in the next 4 months, we are only going to see a lot of perception battles being fought before we find the fine print later on. Thank you so much, Reena Gupta, also Dr. Anil Gupta, Anika Mehrotra ji, and Vijay Sardana ji for joining me on this urban debate tonight.